I started off with just bare skin, absolutely nothing on my skin, and then just dabbed on some liquid latex. So that's what you're going to want to do first. Start dabbing on a little bit of liquid latex. So after that first layer of liquid latex, what I did was place the first layer of toilet paper on top. I just patted it down with my finger and I cut off that little piece in the middle in my mouth just so that it can move, right, you know? And then I just cut off that little part at the bottom that I wasn't going to use. So always remember to apply liquid latex for anything that you're going to be applying on top. It has to have a base of liquid latex. So then, you know, obviously as shown, I applied more liquid latex and then another layer of toilet paper, more liquid latex and another layer until I reached the thickness that I desired. Also remember that your final layer does have to be liquid latex, always. That has to be the final layer. So anyway, then I just began cutting some little pieces off to make it look a little bit more messy. I didn't want it to look all just like one straight line. And please remember to let everything dry. The tissue with the liquid latex has to be dry before you start handling it. Otherwise, it's just gonna fall apart. At least that's what happened to me for a couple times. And then once that part is all set, the latex and the tissue, I just continued on doing my regular makeup. So, you know, that means color correct foundation, contour, all that stuff. You can use whatever products you want. Here I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundation in cocoa. For my base foundation, I used a MAC before the Anastasia foundation stick on top. And my concealer is also from MAC. It's a Pro Longwear concealer, I believe. And I'll leave details on the description if anyone wants to know the products that I used. People ask me about my eyebrows all the time and how I do them. I am very, very particular about my eyebrows. Eyebrows are everything. So I first start off with Anastasia brow definer. I use it in Auburn. It's the closest shade that I can get to my hair color, but I feel like it's a little bit too orange on my eyebrows, or maybe I'm just not used to it. I don't know. So then I just go on top with some brown eyeshadow, and any brown eyeshadow pretty much works for me. Then I just blended my shit, of course. It has to be blended. It's crazy when I edit these videos, I can just see myself transform before my eyes, going from a fucking troll to just perfection. But anyway, for my eyeshadow look, I used Juvia's Place the Zulu palette. That's what I used. I don't think they come with names. I don't believe I remember seeing a single name on the palette or the packaging or anything. So anyway, I used that brownish color along with Foley from MAC, and then I did I think these are called cut creases. I'm very new to this, but anyway, you know, that's what I did with the concealer on top of my lid, and then I went on top of that with that heavy metal glitter stuff from Urban Decay. It looks like an eyeliner because it has that brush, but I'm not really sure exactly what it is. Anyway, this stuff is amazing, and I had to pack on a lot of layers of it, but I really like this stuff. And for my red lipstick look, I used, for the outline, Misconduct by Smashbox, and then on the inner part of the lips, I used American Doll by Anastasia. My highlight is also by Anastasia. It is the Glow Kit. I believe it's the Gleam. It's the gray one. So then I started dabbing on some white Snazaroo paint with a regular makeup sponge. The paint is water-based, so first I have to dab the sponge on some water before I dab it on the white paint and then apply it to my skin. And I had to do a few layers of the paint before I was able to start working with the rest of the paint. Then I used some black Snazaroo paint to create the hollow part of the skull where the eye is supposed to be. And I just did that with a thin, cheap paintbrush that I got from Michael's. It came in a set of like 24, I think. It had a bunch of different brushes, so it was a good deal for only $8. Anyway, then I just continued on to paint the rest of my face, you know, to give it that skull look. And the skull look, I actually got the idea from an artist that I saw on Instagram. I don't remember the name, but I'll look it up and I'll tag it also so that you guys can see where I got the idea from, because it doesn't look exactly like how they posted it. Mine actually kind of looks completely different, but it's supposed to be like a it clown skull look. I really liked it. And I used the yellow eyeshadow to create shadows around the teeth and other parts around, you know, the skull face, and I used that from the Zulu palette.
That is what you want to me, yeah.